Those were the first words my bonus mom heard when she called our house for the first time. Story time. January 1st was the first time my bonus mom ever called. And while we didn't have online dating back then, we did have acronyms and the penny saver. And she was SWF looking for SWM. And single white female looking for single white male. And she didn't say anything about kids. And she was surprised when she called, and I answered as an 11-year-old kid, 10 or 11. And she didn't expect kids, but you know what? She went with it, and we've had her ever since. And what was really cool is I had written a letter to Jesus asking him for a mom for me and my sister, and a wife to take care of my dad the way he deserved to be taken care of and treated. And what a journey it's been. But sure enough, God answered that prayer, and they got married a year later. And we didn't find the letter to Jesus until after the wedding and after we had moved. And I was looking through these papers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, did you see the date on this letter to Jesus? And she's like, what? And the Dear Jesus, it was dated 1 year exactly prior to the wedding day. And what? How cool is that? That the prayer was answered exactly 1 year later on that date, and we didn't realize till after. So it's just really cool to, have their anniversary at the end of the year, and I reminisce about that. And then New Year's is when my mom called. She called all the people back because she figured that day would be the day that if anyone had a hangover, that would be the day. And this way she would know if somebody was a drinker or not. And luckily my dad wasn't a drinker. So that's the story of how Jesus answered my prayer for a new mom. And if this story has blessed you, I encourage you to check out our podcast. The podcast, it has modern day miracles, answered prayers, stories of God's goodness, and God showing up. Because he always shows up when you're looking for him. Whether you realize it or not, he shows up. So check it out. Be encouraged. Share it with a friend. And don't forget, hit that follow button so you can follow along and stay up to date on these really cool stories. We release a new episode every Friday. So check it out. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you hear podcasts. Amazon Music, YouTube Music, all the cool places. So check it out and be encouraged.